Hey guys, Derek here. Welcome back to the channel, or welcome for the first time if you are new. We are back to watch another episode of The Pitt. This is Season 2, Episode 6, 12 p.m., noon. And I'm pretty sure Louis is about to die. I don't know exactly what they missed or what went wrong with him, or if it was just like the years of alcoholism catching up, but I am almost certain that Louis is gonna die, and it's gonna be a bummer because Louis is one of the best patients, and I don't want him to die, but yeah, I don't know. Like, I feel like this is gonna be either like a boiling point for Robbie and Langdon, or this will bring them closer. I don't know, but we'll find out. So before we jump into this, if you end up enjoying my reaction, please leave a like on the video. It means a lot to me. If you're new here or you find yourself coming back often, hit subscribe, ring the bell so you're notified when I upload. And then if you want to see the full uncut version of this reaction, consider supporting me on Patreon. That is linked in the description down below. You just sync up your own copy of the show and you can watch along with me. And then lastly, if you like video games, definitely consider subscribing to my gaming channel, also linked in the description down below. But other than that, let's jump into another episode of The Pitt.
I'm in. Bag him.
Defib pads are in place.
Okay. Holding compressions.
Good square line on the inside of
Damn,
CO2.
he's sweating. He's really going at it.
Charged. Clear.
Stand by with Epi.
Come on, Louis.
Not in the esophagus, are you? Definitely not. I passed right through the cords. Good breath sounds. End-tidal CO2 confirmed.
His lungs are filling up with blood.
Oh, no.
Patients with lunch trays have been admitted.
Louis is gonna die.
They'll beg, spit, and curse for food, but you gotta
Okay.
stay strong.
Hey, I've been waiting for an hour.
Hey,
When am I
hands
gonna
off,
see a
buddy.
fucking doctor?
Excuse me! It's aggressive behavior toward healthcare workers is a felony. $2,000 fine, possible jail time. Got it?
Okay.
Yeah,
I was just asking.
douchebag, you weren't just asking.
Resume CPR. Another amp of Epi.
Here's my section. Pulmonary hemorrhage from liver failure. Is he going to make it?
No.
No, I think we're done. Louis,
Dang it.
should we do a debrief?
We got another motorcycle injury coming in. ETA 10 minutes. When we get Louis cleaned up, into the VO rep.
Yeah, anybody that wants to pay their respects can join us in there. Thank you, everyone.
Frick, dude.
I'll clean him up. Why don't you take 5 first? Or 10? Yep.
Even she's struggling.
This is Dr. Jefferson from Psychiatry.
I was studying. I was trying to study, but then they wouldn't stop talking.
Who wouldn't stop talking?
They told me to pass the bar.
Who doesn't want you to pass the bar?
That's what they told me.
Hey,
He got voices?
I mean, pass.
I'll be right outside.
Is he hearing
I'll be right
voices?
outside, Jackson. He must have been studying with his law school friends. They should know.
Or
what
he's
happened.
been hearing
I'm gonna call
voices
them.
and you don't know.
Ano nangyari?
Louis,
Patay?
pulmonary hemorrhage. I'm gonna go clean him up. Go. Okay lang.
Who's in here?
Everything okay, Roxy?
I can't get off the bedpan.
Oh, that's what I'm here for.
Oh,
How long have you been married?
Too long. Almost 20 years.
damn. Popclaw, you don't seem that old.
20. Wow.
Yeah.
Must have gotten married young.
been by my side through all of this. I've watched the light go out of him. So have the kids. Is my husband still in the cafeteria?
I think so. Want me to get him?
No. It's good for us to have a little time apart.
Okay.
Here. I'm headed that way. Thank you.
Who are you?
Did you hear about Louis?
No.
Pulmonary hemorrhage. Didn't make it.
Shit. Come on, he's been here 100 times.
I know. Debriefing the viewing
You
room
always think
later.
you can outrun it.
Could be an intentional hunger strike.
Or refusing food to get to the infirmary.
Could also be abuse or neglect. Let's start with a nutrition history once he's back from CT.
Do you have a second to talk about Westbridge?
Mm-hmm.
So Gus goes to 13, 14, or 15.
14.
I kind of want to keep him in plain sight. What about BH2?
Sold.
Why not give him some privacy? Everyone can see him in BH2 like he's a monkey at the zoo.
Because he came in with an orange jumpsuit, we need to think about patient and staff safety.
Safety first, bitch. 2 beats a prison cell.
That's true, but also...
A chronic alcoholic? Go figure.
Hey,
Hey, Ogilvy, suck my dick. Get out of here.
Get Lupe to call him a ride. I need to check on Louis.
Actually, Whitaker,
He croaked.
Ogilvy, I will
5
punch
minutes
you
ago,
in the
Robbie
throat.
called it.
I hate him.
I'm sorry, man. We didn't have time to find you.
What happened?
He had a massive pulmonary hemorrhage, Robbie called it. Found this with his stuff. Guess he was married at some point? Never knew that. Didn't miss this part of the job.
Yeah.
Brother, did Louis ever mention anything about a wife and kids?
as far as I know, he only had eyes for Rita Moreno.
This is not Rita Moreno.
No, it's not.
Maybe we can find his family. Maybe that's why he drank so much.
You were his primary, he went to.
No.
PTMC charge nurse. Langdon, where are you? Makes sense that we'd be his emergency contact. Sorry to get you upset.
Damn.
What the hell?
Your good friends upstairs sent donuts. Special thank you for working the holiday.
You gotta be kidding me.
Oh, wow.
Every single one of them can forget about extra shifts. Won't hire more nurses.
Won't pay us a decent wage.
Won't hire security that can actually protect us from patients, but absolutely send donuts.
Classic. It's like a job having a pizza party
But
instead
I'm
of
not taking
actually
ambulance blood
paying you
pastries.
money.
A2, Donnie? What's up with Eva Knievel?
Brandon Lee, 52,
Whoa.
fell off a motorcycle pyramid at 25 miles per hour.
Motorcycle pyramid? You recruiting? Got a fellow rider in your midst.
No kidding.
How high up were you?
On top of a 3-2-1, but the bottom guys are sitting down, driving the choppers. I'm fine. I don't need all this.
Were you wearing a helmet?
You definitely don't look fine.
Like, even when it's not your fault, sometimes it's worse knowing that there was nothing you could do. Are you?
Robbie needs you both in trauma too, and I need you to discharge Sweet Patty in 13 as soon as you're done.
Can't catch a break.
I push you because I know you can take it.
God, I need someone to clean him up.
Did he have family?
Everyone has family. The social worker always tries to find them. Sometimes the family loved them, tried to get them to come home. Other times the family wants nothing to do with them.
That's sad.
That's life.
What happens if no one claims his body?
They cremate him.
Oh my God, is he still alive?
No, that happens.
It's just gas.
These frequent flyers. They can be a real pain in the ass, but
Can you imagine
you miss them when they're
if
gone.
he was alive?
What do we have?
Helmeted motorcycle acrobat, 8-foot falls, standing on top of 5 riders. Primary survey normal, EFAS negative.
Another motorcycle accident.
Robbie.
Hello?
Can't cut through his rhinestones.
We'll roll him in 3.
Hey, you think I could get something to eat?
Gus
Can you even eat with your broken
As long as it's a liquid diet.
mouth and stuff?
We have the results of your CT scan.
We have a calorie-rich supplement drink called Ensure. Comes in chocolate, vanilla, or strawberry.
Strawberry.
Chocolate, please.
Good choice.
How many can I have?
2 a day is recommended.
I'll get it for you.
You have an appetite. It's good.
Okay, so we can rule out hunger strike.
How often do you eat cereals, fruits, or vegetables?
Not many fruits and vegetables in prison.
Slow and steady.
Okay. Oh.
Whoa.
Through the deep fascia.
How's it look?
Definitely gonna need stitches.
How many?
A lot.
7.
An open joint?
We'll do a saline load after CT.
Lever sign negative, ACL intact.
Okay, ready to roll.
Oh, is ACL still fine? We're Gucci.
Are you still coming over tonight? I think Whitaker is going to be playing Farm Boy again this weekend, so he's not going to be around.
I may need a rain check.
Hey, do you have an update on that neck patch patient?
Last I heard, Miller was doing an above-the-knee amputation with ortho.
Langdon's waitress with the cellulitis?
Yeah.
Santos and Garcia.
Hey, did you hear about Louis?
Yeah.
You okay?
No, he is not okay.
I'm here if you want to talk.
You expecting a party?
No, not really. Didn't hear from anyone while I was gone.
Sorry.
Sad.
They ever, arrest that guy who punched you?
Yeah. Wanted to know if I want to press charges, but don't want to go through all that.
I've been working the 12 steps, trying to make amends. I was really selfish. I lied to myself, and I lied to you. I'm really sorry.
You can check me off your list, kid. We're good.
Still, he wants to apologize.
Got a lovely patient for you, too. Let's get you back on the horse.
God, I love Dana. Hello.
Dr. This is Rocky. Great name. What brings you in, Rocky?
Very sick.
When did it start?
An hour ago.
After he won a hot dog eating contest.
Oh.
A hot dog eating contest? How many you eat?
124.
351 hot dogs? 36.
Oh.
Still a lot.
351 hot dogs.
Stick it under your tongue, let it dissolve. Okay.
Oh, that would be insane if he ate that many. 351?
We need to admit our incarcerated patient, Gus. He stays here for a few days and we get him on the right track to healing.
Why don't you two go check on your patients?
Sure thing.
What am I missing?
He's not getting enough to eat at his correctional facility.
Yeah, or someone's taking his food.
We don't have any inpatient beds. He would board down here for 3 days. We're still getting runs from Westbridge, and we cannot tie up behavioral for that long.
Caught in a rock.
Why don't
rock
I call
between
the
a hard
prison doctor and find out what they're
caught
working
between a
with?
rock and a hard place.
My pleasure.
Caught in a rock between a hard place.
Okay, hospital bed, wheelchair, and shower chair have all been ordered.
I didn't realize last time that the nurse that's with her
How's your pain, Mrs. Hamler?
is one of the night nurses.
It's the same.
I just didn't catch that at all.
Yeah, the most important thing is to let others help you. You'll need assistance showering and getting to the bathroom.
Yeah, no problem. I won't leave her side.
Paul, you need a break. You're taking care of me, the kids.
You're gonna burn yourself out.
You're in pain every day. Fighting for your life. I'm happy to do this for you. You're my wife. Now let's go home and forget this day ever happened.
I'll call the transfer ambulance.
Thanks, Princess.
He's a good man.
Why don't you go ahead?
What?
Yeah, you can get the house ready. I'll be right behind you.
No. No, I'm riding in the back with you.
She wants some time away from him, or what's going on? She just thinks he's working too hard?
Mr. Francis, short of breath?
Yeah, I was worried that.
Very curious about what's going on with her.
Hello, this is Dr. Santos.
Hi, Harlow. How are you feeling?
She has a headache.
Okay, what else? What is she saying?
I think she had a stomach ache, and she might have passed out.
Slow down.
Not 100% sure.
Okay.
You're signing too quick.
I need to wait for an interpreter because I need to ask a million questions and I can't do it this way. So just call me when IT comes down.
Yeah.
If it's an open joint, he'll need a washout in the OR.
We could try a fluorescein injection. Okay, we'll need a wood slam.
1% lighter with epi, sterile saline, sterile basin, sterile fluorostrip, 18 and 27 gauge needles, 5 and 60 cc syringes.
Who the fuck are you? Who is that?
How we feeling, Rocky?
Oh, much better.
She had the brief appearance a little bit earlier, but you're some rando nurse that we've never met before?
So, how'd you get your start as a competitive eater?
Okay, he's not holding anything down.
Any pain here, Mr. Lee?
Can't feel a thing.
Great.
Where's Santos?
Probably catching up on our charting.
Who are you, lady? Just a new addition.
We are going to inject this fluid into your knee, Brandon. And if there's anything glowing in your wound, we know we have a leak.
Okay.
Always listen to the nurses. They run the ER. We just try to stay out
Okay,
of their way.
This lady's brand new. We've never seen her before.
You gave us a clozapine alias about an hour ago. Your resident reported no surgical history, but the chart says they've had an appendectomy. We're not admitting the patient without a surgery consult.
Who called it in?
Dr. Trinity Santos.
You had an ileus patient. You neglected to mention a history of appendectomy.
There was no history of appendectomy. It was in your note.
Choose the app.
I was using the app that Dr. Al-Hashimi suggested to catch up on my charting.
Wonderful. Ah, Dr. Al-Hashimi.
Yes.
Dr. Santos was just using your AI tool for her charting, and it hallucinated a history of appendicitis.
As I mentioned to Dr. Santos, generative AI is not perfect. We still need to proofread every chart it creates.
You can't just dismiss that, though.
Followed by Dr. Park from urology.
That should probably be neurology.
Unless urologists are now treating migraines.
Another example that should have been caught by proofreading.
That's multiple things in one chart, though.
Yeah, I don't really give a shit whether or not you want to use robots down here. I need accurate information in the medical record.
Understood. Dr. Santos!
Yep, won't happen
She's
again.
sleeping? Are you not going to bed, girl?
Wait. Inumin mo to. Thanks, Prilla.
6 hours to go. You got this.
It's gonna be longer than 6 hours.
Start deep, come up at the dermis.
Big bites help the tissue close.
Superficial to deep.
So you bury the knot.
Okay.
All my closest friends left after COVID. A lot of people broke.
Why do you keep coming back?
Someone has to.
Why don't you, just finish up here and then go help Perla for a bit.
I just got off the phone with the physician assistant at the prison. They've got a 16-hour-a-day infirmary with NP and PA coverage, giving everything that we need, and they've got an RN for overnights.
Even so, he's here because they're ignoring his basic needs.
He's here because somebody kicked the shit out of him.
I think you're missing the point. We have more to offer.
Robbie, got 4 more coming our way.
Okay.
We may have more to offer.
We don't have the resources to spare.
Okay, then why admit the unhoused man, Digby? Why not send him back to the street with antibiotics and a roll of gauze?
Because Digby lives on the street, and your incarcerated patient has a mid-level provider and a nurse looking after
We both know the
Seems
quality
like
of
there's
care
some
is not
bias
the same.
against the man who's in jail.
A few days here could make a world of difference for Gus's health.
We are a safety net. But nets have holes. We are not admitting them because this is not about social justice.
Everything I've done in my career is an effort to improve the system. Just because you know it's broken doesn't mean you stop trying.
I think Robbie also isn't the most forgiving.
I talked to
He's shown it
Jackson's
with
girlfriend.
Langdon, and he's now shown it with the prisoner. He thinks they made a mistake and they should suffer for it. Kim, who are you and why are you a main character now?
What's she doing?
She took 3 ounces of formula without vomiting or distress.
He's a good guy. He's local.
Yeah? You from Pittsburgh?
Yes, ma'am. Born and raised.
Whereabouts?
Bloomfield, Liberty Ave.
Bloomfield. You know Sonny's Tavern?
Worked there through high school.
No kidding.
You know
Hell yeah,
Sonny's?
dude.
Had my first kiss there.
Hey, Donnie, my buddy Duke hasn't checked in yet?
No, I told Lupe to keep an eye out.
Thank you.
Yep. Right, left. Yeah. How you guys liking the pit?
I feel like I was born to do this.
Hard pass. I'm shooting for pathology. I like medical mysteries, but I don't really deal well with people.
You have an interesting energy.
She does have an interesting energy.
Robbie, pulse ox just dropped.
What happened? I don't know. I stepped out for a minute.
It's down to 85%.
You having some trouble breathing?
A little.
He's gonna have to stay.
For how long?
As long as
Not
we
sure.
say.
Sorry, boss. I only stepped out for a second.
Let me know if anything changes. You were in the room when his pulse ox dropped?
I was.
Dana, what did you
Still
do?
can't get a hold of ortho.
Leave him to me.
Interesting. I think Dana's pushing back against him a little bit
Okay, well, best of luck
in
to you.
favor of
Get out, clean the
Al-Hashimi,
truck outside.
but also because he's a local.
On my couch.
No. This isn't gonna work out. I'm sorry. I can't do this. I want to stay.
Can I assume that you've already called upstairs to get Gus
Interesting.
Barney in bed? Do you want to tell me what you did?
I don't know what you're talking about.
You did
His
something.
pulse ox was steady. We were about to discharge him. Did Dr. Al-Hashimi put you up to that?
Al-Hashimi? No.
You know he's going to go back to prison after they discharge him upstairs.
Yeah, but you have a bias against him for being a prisoner.
I thought you didn't go the extra distance for your patients anymore.
Wow.
How's your first day going?
Good, I think. Haven't killed anyone yet. I'm sorry.
It's okay.
I guess time will tell if I'm cut out for this.
Well, when in doubt, stick with her, kid.
She scares me.
She
No,
scares
it's just
everyone.
It's a tough exterior. She's warm and gooey on the inside.
Looks like they're doing the debrief for Louis.
You coming?
I pay my respects. Besides, just gonna hold down the fort.
Ogilvy, get the
Remember
fuck
day
out of
Founder
here.
passed out in the park.
How about last summer when we didn't see him for months?
Nobody knows who you are, Kim.
Found this with his stuff. Who knew he was married?
That's Rhonda, Louis' wife. High school sweetheart. About 5 years ago, I was covering a night shift. He came in feeling talkative. Born and raised in Pittsburgh, lifelong Steelers fan, groundskeeper at Three Rivers Stadium until 1998.
That's why you know so much about grass.
He never really wanted kids. But Rhonda wore him down, and when she finally got pregnant, he changed his tune, he got excited. And then about a month before the baby was due, Rhonda and the baby were killed in a car crash. Louis never really came back from that. May his memory be a blessing.
His memory be a blessing.
God damn it, dude.
Can you see him tired and shivering?
Frick. Why does this sound like Langdon singing? That one was a tough one. Yeah, that was a struggle for sure. Louis. Arguably, you know, everyone's favorite patient, right? Like, he's a fan favorite, because he's in here multiple times. He was last season, he was in there multiple times in season 1. Season 2, he comes back, and, you know, you're questioning all of season 1 and season 2. You're like, man, like, Louis, why do you, like, what's up with him? Like, why can he just not stop drinking? Like, I know he's an alcoholic, but, like, even most alcoholics are, like, a little bit better about, like, you know, not just constantly getting drunk. And you're just, you know, he's so cheery and stuff. You're not always necessarily thinking about, like, maybe he's got some real trauma in his life. But oftentimes the happiest, most joyful people, the ones that are cracking the jokes, oftentimes those are the people that have had the most amount of struggle in their lives. And yeah, we get some devastating lore about Louis this episode, in that he had a wife, and he didn't want to have kids, and his wife convinced him to have kids, and then 1 month before the baby was due, they died in a car accident. And that is, oh man, that is really rough. You know, there's the phrase, it's the hope that kills you. You know, you get so close to something and then it's ripped away from you. It's almost worse than never having had it in the first place. There's also a line from a song from one of my favorite artists, Noah Kahn, where he says, "I thought I had something, and that's the same as having something." And that's so fitting. Like to have Louis, like, think he doesn't want children, to then being convinced by his wife to give it a shot, and fully coming around to wanting kids and being excited about being a father. Like, at that point, like, your wife is pregnant, like, you have it. Like, you are under the assumption that you are going to be a father. You have subconsciously or consciously mapped out the rest of your life. You have mapped out being a dad and being a husband, and kind of claimed that version of life for yourself. And not only then to have that ripped away, you're not just mourning your wife. You're not just mourning your unborn child and, like, who they were, but you are mourning all of what could have been, just constantly. And that's so devastating. So it absolutely makes sense that Louis would just need to be constantly drunk to kind of, you know, hide himself from that pain, right? Like, to avoid dealing with that. Like, he needed something to help him. And then also it makes sense why he was so understanding with Langdon. When Langdon's like, "Hey man, I have an addiction and I stole some of your pills." And Louis like, "I forgive you." Like, he totally gets it, because he knows intimately what it is like to be using these things to soothe your pain, to run away from trauma, to do this, to that. So, like, the fact that he was just, like, immediately willing to forgive Langdon and was just so happy and kind to people, because he knows what pain is. Oh man, like, that's That was devastating. Watching them try and fail to save him was really hard. And then yeah, the remembrance scene at the end in the viewing room, like, oh, devastating. Little Emma holding his hand. That was tough. Dana kind of leading her through like cleaning Louis, and you can see how Dana is like, she's like forcibly going through the motions, right? Like she is, it's tough. Like Dana, she like Langdon said, she's got a hard exterior, but she's warm and gooey on the inside. Like she's doing this because she cares and she loves these coworkers and these patients, and she wants to do good things even though she's got a hard exterior. Like she is incredibly soft and kind. Even the dude that punched her in the face, like she doesn't want to press charges against him. And it's just like, yeah, like you can see even the effect that it had on her. And you know, and then Perla, like, oh my god, like Perla was struggling. Like she hears about it and she's like, she was rocked for the rest of the episode. Like it was a struggle trying to like watch some of these people continue the next hour of their shift after hearing the news. Even like Whitaker hears and he just runs. He sprints in there and he's devastated. Like he doesn't even know what to do. He can't even call the emergency number. Like he can't bring himself to do it. Like that's just, it's so tough. Like literally everyone was just struggling, except for freaking Ogilvy. I hate Ogilvy. I hate him so much with a burning passion. This dude, I hope he gets hit by a truck somehow. Like and he's in there being like, I was born for this. I hope you die. Like he's, oh my god, I hope the floor above collapses on him and only him. like talking about Louis, Whitaker comes up and he's like, what about Louis? He's like, oh, he croaked. Figures. And it's like, one, read the fucking room, dude. Like, what are you talking about? Sorry, Mom, for swearing. I'm trying to cut down on my swearing. My mom doesn't like it. But like, dude, you can clearly tell everybody here is struggling because of Louis dying, and you're spouting off crap like, oh, figures, like he croaked, like the man has negative tact, negative decency. Like he doesn't see these patients as people. He sees them as check boxes and numbers and you know, ways that he can show off his own intelligence, and it pisses me off. I hate him with a burning passion. He's the worst. Like it's, oh god, it's so annoying. There were two people in this episode that actually legit kind of made me mad, and then two others that kind of annoyed me for different reasons. But the other person in this episode that legitimately kind of made me mad was Santos. She is so interesting because she like really grows on you, right? Like a couple steps forward, but then she just takes some like monumental steps backward. And I don't know like what, if there's something else going on with her, I don't know, like outside of work, but like she just has these like swings where she can be really entertaining and like really endearing, and her cracking jokes and stuff and, you know, ribbing with her coworkers, that is fun, but like she can get a little rude sometimes. You know, I think she gets a little, I don't know, like sometimes her ribs can be a little hurtful, but I think she really struggles with like bedside manner with patients and like being patient with patients. Her talking with the deaf patient this episode was super annoying because, you know, Princess isn't super great at signing. Like she's still decent, but like this lady's like signing so fast, it's like, okay, we don't know what you're saying. But like she's like, okay, I'm not gonna deal with this like come find me when we can actually help this person. And she just walks away, and she's like all like rolling her eyes and being super, you know, cranky and stuff. One, can't they just like either use a phone or like physically write stuff down? Like, do they really need the sign language interpreter? I mean, like, I'm not a doctor or anything. Like, I work at a Best Buy, but like when deaf people come into the store and like want to buy stuff, we don't have a sign language interpreter there. Like, we literally pull up the notes app and we're like typing in the notes app to like help this person find what they need. Like, surely a doctor to find out information and ask questions to this lady, like, we can pull up an iPad and like just type stuff out, like that'll work. And I think the fact that they're like making this lady wait so long and not helping her, I think something more serious is going to go wrong with her. So yeah, Santos was being annoying there. But then she was also like, I don't know, she really rubbed me the wrong way, the way she responded to Whitaker when Whitaker's like venting about Louis's death and like how it affected him and all that, and she's just like yawning. And I don't know if it's like she's just not getting enough sleep or like what's going on in that situation. Or like, I don't know, like, is she not sleeping because she's spending so much extra time charting after work? Like, I know most doctor shifts are like, I don't know, anywhere from like 10 to 13 hours, depending. And you know, they're there for 4 days a week, 5 days a week, I don't know. And then they have some extra days off. But like, I feel like she wouldn't be losing out on that much sleep, that she's like nodding off at work and like struggling that, because this is the first time we've seen her like dealing with like sleep related stuff. But she's like yawning when Whitaker is talking about Louis. She's like dozing off while charting. Her like brought her like a 5-hour energy. Like, I don't know what's going on with her. She's not proofreading her charting as well. Like, she used that AI app that Al-Hashimi suggested, but she didn't make sure that it was like correct. And that surgeon came down and was just pissed. And so she's like, all right, I'll make sure it's correct next time. But like, it's like, okay, Santos, like, what the frick is going on? She's apparently dodging traumas. Like, there's a lot happening with her, and I didn't love her this episode. Like I said, like, she grew on me a lot by the end of season 1. This season, she is taking some big steps backwards, in my opinion. 2 other characters that annoyed me this episode were both Al-Hashimi and Robbie, for 2 separate issues on 2 different sides of things. Like, I was siding with Al-Hashimi on one issue and Robbie on the other issue. And both of them annoyed me for their positions on those separate issues. So we were talking about Santos and the AI thing. We'll start there. Again, Al-Hashimi's insistence that they use this AI tool is very frustrating, and it's going to get people killed. You know, even when, so that doctor comes down and she's like, hey, this chart was completely inaccurate, and you know, misspellings of things, hallucinating medical history of a patient. Like who the frick approved this? Like, this is not even close to accurate. Don't bring me this stuff. You know, we're gonna be doing stuff to these patients, and either we'll kill them, or like we'll miss something or whatever, because your charts aren't correct. And Al-Hashimi's like, oh well, it's 98% accurate. It's like, okay, this thing got multiple things wrong in one person's chart. Like, you extrapolate this to every patient in the emergency department, you're killing half your patients. Like, this is not something that you can do. Like, especially in a high traffic environment, right? Like, maybe this AI app could work at the VA or some other spot that is experiencing a lot less patient influx. But the emergency department, and particularly this emergency department, is way too busy, right? They are constantly seeing a ton of patience. And maybe part of my thinking there also comes from the fact that the 2 seasons we've seen of this show they've dealt with a high influx of patients due to drastic outside circumstances, but I feel like in general they'd still be receiving a ton of patients. And particularly with AI applications and large language models and things like that, you have to spend a ton of time proofreading to make sure that it did the thing correctly. Like you arguably spend as much or more time making sure this thing is correct than if you would have just done it yourself the first time, which is another huge reason why all these companies that are trying to push AI into the workforce are so stupid and short-sighted, because you can't just trust it. You can't just hit enter and be like, all right, I did it. Like, the AI wrote up my thing for me. Like, you have to spend all this time. You're not actually increasing productivity. You're not actually saving time or money. Like, it's just not, it's not in practice an effective tool. Like, hypothetically, it sounds great. You know, if even if it worked perfectly 100% of the time, like, you can't operate from that mindset of just having complete trust in it, right? Because even if it worked perfectly 99.99% of the time, you cannot use that with the idea of like, oh, it's correct, because sometimes it's going to be wrong. So, and when it is wrong, people die. And the fact that Alishimi was just like dismissive of that, she was like, well, you know, I told you it's 2% inaccurate. And the surgeon is like, I don't care if you want to use robots down here, don't ever let this happen again. Like, I need accurate information. And it's like, yeah, damn right. And she kind of throws Santos under the bus, being like, well, Santos still has to proofread it. Like, okay, yeah, that's true. She does. Like, that's on her for not proofreading it. But you also kind of manipulated this situation into forcing her to use that. Like, you suggested that she was going to have to repeat her year if she falls behind on charting. Like, you clearly manipulated her into a mindset of thinking that she was gonna really be behind the ball and struggling and have to do this over, spend another how many $100,000 to like make sure this is done again, her R2 year. Like, you put her in that mindset, and then you came back around again and were like, hey, use this app, it'll help you. And it's like, okay, you don't get to completely pass off the blame to Santos when things go wrong, when you convinced her to use this. Like, that's not how that works. Like, I appreciate that she wants the emergency department and the systems in the medical field to get better, but at the same time, like, she's going about it in a very short-sighted way. The other issue that I actually was more on her side with, and very much against Robbie on that one, was the prisoner. Granted, she even approached that in a little bit of a short-sighted manner, but like morally and ethically, I was more on her side. And that is, the prisoner, how like he just isn't getting proper nutrition inside, whether it be someone taking his food, or he's just not getting enough food in jail, or they're not giving them food with enough nutrients or whatever. Like, he is clearly going to be receiving better care here than he would be in jail. And that whole situation, like, she's very empathetic towards him, and I like that. Like, I liked that she's super empathetic and wants him to get proper care, and wants to, like, she's treating him with respect and treating him like an adult and treating him like a normal person, right? The same way that we want to treat like unhoused people with dignity and respect, and not like they're some freak or some person to like look down on because they don't have a traditional living situation. Like, I think we need to treat the incarcerated in the same way, because oftentimes, especially if you bring in like issues of race, oftentimes the people that are incarcerated are there for things they didn't do, things they were coerced into admitting, things that, yada, yada, yada. A lot of societal issues maybe like pressured them into being in a situation they didn't want to be in. Things outside their control, money issues, health issues, whatever, like may have pushed them into a situation. Like, I think oftentimes people think, like they hear of a person being in jail or being incarcerated, and they just automatically assume that person's a bad person. They're in there for a reason. They need to, suffer the consequences of their actions, and that gives me leniency to treat them like garbage and treat them like less of a person than I am. And I feel like that's how Robbie was treating him a little bit in this episode, where he's like, hey man, like, I want him out in the public for everyone to see, because I got to think about safety. And it's like, okay, like, yeah, technically I guess you do need to think about the safety of your patients, but this guy's freaking like, he's handcuffed to a bed, and he's got an officer like sitting next to him at all times. Like, I don't think that safety is actually what you're concerned about, right? Like, you just subconsciously want to punish this dude. And like, he's even being like, we need to send him back to jail. Like, he needs to go back to jail because, like, he committed a crime. Like, he needs to pay his dues. He needs to suffer for his actions. And even though he's not necessarily saying that outright, like, I think that is the underlying motivation there. And I think it's because Robbie is not, at least this season, in a particularly forgiving mindset. We see it with the prisoner, we see it with Langdon, where he's like, hey, this person made a mistake, this person acted wrong, they did something against me or against someone else. They need to be punished for that action, and because of that, I am not going to treat them kindly. And Robbie pissed me off in that regard. Like, I was not liking that. And Al Hashimi was being like, hey, like, yeah, this man's a prisoner, he's incarcerated, but like, he's also under our care, and we need to treat him with dignity and respect. Like, he's still a person. Like, oftentimes even when prisoners get out of prison, and they're trying to rehabilitate and reintegrate into regular life, people still treat them poorly and still treat them like they are a bad person and not worthy of being in public spaces. You see that in regards to voting. Like, a lot of times felons are not allowed to vote. It's like, what? Like, what? That is one of the dumbest things, because those people did their time. They suffered they suffered the consequences of their actions. They have paid their dues. Like, they're out now. They are back in public life. They should be able to vote. They should be able to live life as a regular person. Like, you don't get to have someone be in jail for 5-10 years, but then also have the consequences continue well after they're out. Like, so I think Robbie, even though he may not like outwardly have those feelings, subconsciously I think he was operating from a mindset of like, no, this guy's in jail, like, he doesn't get to be treated like a regular person, and that sucks, and I think the guy should be treated like a regular person. So he was kind of frustrating me there, and I think Al Hashimi was coming to the situation from a much more empathetic and kind space, and her suggestion that he be treated in the hospital for longer is a good one, usually, right? This is why I mentioned that I think even this situation, she's coming a little bit short-sighted, because I would also agree normally, like, yeah, it's better that he receives care here, even if it's just for a couple days, and set him back up in a healthier standpoint for when he goes back to jail. But Robbie is also correct. Like, hey, we are already stacking up with patients. Like, in a normal circumstance, yeah, I would love to have this guy stay here. But also, it's 4th of July weekend. Like, we're gonna get a ton of people in here anyway. But that other hospital shut down. We're getting all their patients. Like, from a realistic, practical standpoint, we just don't really have the resources to keep him here. And, you know, I think I think Robbie's much more willing to come at it from that standpoint because he has that subconscious desire that this person needs to be punished a little bit. But he's also not wrong, right? Like, it sucks, but we don't really have the capacity to help this dude long term, and he's gonna have to go back eventually. But yeah, it's just it's tough. It's tough. And then what else? I feel like the other big part of this episode was probably the cancer patient Popclaw, Roxy, I guess, in this show. Her situation's so interesting. The vibes between her and her husband were so interesting. Where I think she's ready to die, right? Like, her husband has been so kind and so helpful, and he's like never leaving her side. She almost felt bitter towards him this episode, like when he walked away and she's like looking at him. It didn't seem like she was looking at him in a loving way. She was almost like angry, and like there was some like not distrust, but like, yeah, some lingering bitterness. Like, she wasn't looking at him kindly when he walked away. And I don't know if that is, it's tough because it could be a lot of things. It could be like, hey, she wants her husband to see her as her, right? Like, she doesn't love the lack of dignity that she's experiencing as she gets closer and closer to the end of her life, and she would prefer him to remember her as her. She mentioned that she's seen the light leave his eyes over the course of this, but like, I don't know, from me observing him, like, he seems like a really genuine, sweet husband who is trying to help his wife as best as he can. And I think it could be a situation of like, he's not ready to let her go, but she's ready to go. And maybe that's where the bitterness is coming from. Like, she wants him to just accept the fact that she's gonna die, right? Because he also keeps saying things like, oh, she's fighting for her life, she's, you know, all these things. And I think in her mind, like, she's not fighting for her life. Like, she has accepted that she's gonna die, but he, I don't think, has accepted that. And she doesn't want to go home because she probably assumes she's gonna die at home, and maybe she wants that place and that space to not be the place where she died and still be home. That I totally get. A little bit of real life lore here. My brother-in-law passed away several years ago in his house, and my sister and her kids decided to move out of that house after a couple years, because it's like, hey, as much as this is our home, this is also the place where he died, and we can't continue emotionally to live here. So that's totally understandable if she's like, hey, I don't want to go home because I'm ready to die, and I don't want to have that place be tainted in a way for her kids and her husband. But yeah, maybe her bitterness is also just coming from the fact that like he is always by her side. You know, if you even like traditional marriages and traditional relationships, if you're just constantly surrounded by your significant other, like, you have no space to breathe, no peace of just like being on your own. Like, you're attached to the hip from them. Like, even in regular relationships where you're not in hospice, you're like, yo, dude, leave me alone. like I totally get that you love me and stuff, and I love you back, but like, give me 10 minutes of peace and quiet. Like, maybe that's where some of her bitterness is coming in, of like, bruh, like, can you leave me alone for 10 minutes? Like, I get that you are putting everything on hold and doing everything possible to you know, provide me as much comfort and care as you can as I'm dying, and you're trying to fight for my life, even though, you know, my life is over. She's like, I love all that, but like also leave me the heck alone, dude. Like give me an hour. Right? So maybe that's where some of it's coming from, but I think the biggest part is like she's just ready to die and her husband is not ready to let her go. I don't know Pennsylvania's rules and laws around physicians assisted suicide. Nah, I don't. There's some places where it's like completely illegal, and I know there's some places where it's like completely illegal. So I don't know if anyone knows the specific laws around that in Pittsburgh and Pennsylvania. Maybe you leave that in the comments, because that might be what she's wanting to do. You know, that's why she wants to stay here, is because she's like, yo, I'm gonna die. Like she can't get off the bedpan. Like she's so weak she can't even get off the bedpan at this point. Like I think she's sensed like it's almost over. So I don't know. Yeah, this was just a tough episode. It was hard. It was really hard. Yeah, I cried multiple times in this episode. Like as soon as Louis died, like I spent the rest of the episode just kind of like halfway zoned out, because I was like, man, I can't even think about the other patients and other things, because I'm only thinking about Louis, and I'm only thinking about the effect that his death is having on everyone. Like, you know, props to the actual doctors in the show for like being able to compartmentalize that for 5 minutes to help another patient, because I would not be able to do that. I would just be like, that's all I'd be thinking about the rest of the day. I'd be like, frick. Like, oh man, it's tough. It's tough. Show's gonna win so many freaking Emmys, dude. Like, this show's so good. But yeah, I don't know. I think that's all I have this time. Definitely let me know your thoughts in the comments down below. I'm very curious to see how you feel. Otherwise, if you enjoyed my reaction, please leave a like on the video. It means a lot to me. If you're new here, hit subscribe, ring the bell so you're notified when I upload. And then if you want to see the full uncut version of this reaction, consider supporting me on Patreon. That is linked in the description down below. You just sync up your own copy of the show and you can watch along with me. And then lastly, if you like video games, consider subscribing to my gaming channel, also linked in the description down below. But other than that, thank you for watching, and I'll catch you guys next time.